right. Hi, guys. Happy New Year and welcome back to Study Knits. My name is Allie, and if you're new here, I'm a fourth year medical student in the US, and I love to knit. If you remember from a couple of months ago, I made it wasn't necessarily lengthy, but I had a lot of fall knitting plans, and I sort of lumped fall and winter knitting plans into one video. I knew I was not going to accomplish all of those things in the fall span, like before Christmas, but I still chose to include all of it in there. So I knit a lot of those things that I talked about in my fall knitting plans video. However, not all of them. And there's a couple of things that have been added and switched around. So I thought I would take this time to do sort of an audit of my knitting plans, start the year fresh and with limited deadlines. I still have some deadlines, unfortunately. I thought I would take this time, a fresh start to the new year, and just organize my winter knitting plans. These are things that I would love to accomplish by the end of March. I think I've given myself enough time, probably not. I feel like I'm always a little overzealous, a little overambitious, and think that I can accomplish more than I actually can. This is all from my stash. I will not be purchasing any new yarn until like springtime for my summer knits. And then I just want to say before we get started, if you have made any of the patterns that I am going to talk about, or if you also have those patterns in your queue, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. If you've made them or if you're going to make them, I would love for you to let me know in the comments, because I find it so, I don't know, I just think it's such a cool connection when people are making the same patterns and are using the same yarns. I feel like it's cool, and I love hearing other people's opinions on the patterns, yarns, what have you. So let me know. And then for those patterns that I'm deciding between, I have a couple of patterns that I don't quite know what I'm deciding between two patterns. Let me know your thoughts on which one you think I should make, because making small decisions is sometimes really, really difficult for me. Large scale decisions, not hard. Small scale decisions, like what pattern I should use, very difficult for me. So any help would be greatly appreciated. And then let me know, obviously, if you've made any of these patterns before and what you think about them. I'll start off just quickly by telling you what I'm wearing. This is my Lana vest by Irene Lynn. I love this. I have a whole knitting process vlog out about this, but I knit this using this is 100% acrylic yarn from Lion Brand. It's Pound of Love in the color Antique White. I love this. I thought this was a very wintry look with the cool green, like very forest green, very evergreen colored turtleneck. So with that, I'm going to be going really in no order. I'll start off with things that I feel like I want to accomplish sooner and then slowly work my way down, but I really no rhyme or reason. Some things I know definitely what I'm going to make with this yarn. I've been looking forward to it for a while. Some things I sort of have an idea of what it's going to be, and a couple of ideas about patterns, but not set in stone. So with that, we'll get started. I have all my yarns laid out here. Oh, just a super quick thing that I think will be my next thing I cast on. This is Knitting for All of Heavy Merino in the color Coal. It's their black color. My favorite yarn in the entire world. I have a lot of Knitting for All of Heavy Merino here. I have a lot of Knitting for All of Heavy Merino here. If that's going to be a problem for you, you should leave now. My boyfriend requested that I knit him a little ear warmer that he could run with. So we settled on, the Weekend Headband by Petite Knit. It was kind of hard finding an ear warmer that didn't look, a lot of them are very feminine looking, and finding one that was really stretchy and not all stockinette was kind of difficult, but I found, not difficult, I just, to be honest, didn't want to knit a Petite Knit pattern. I would have rather found a smaller creator, but the Petite Knit pattern looks great, and that's what it's going to be. It's like I believe it's either double knit or it's folded over, but it's rib. So I'm going to use this black, and then I'm also going to hold a strand of Filcolana Arwetta in black with it, just to use up the Arwetta. And then the Arwetta is It's, I think, 80% merino, 20% nylon. So I thought it would give it a little bit more breathability, a little bit more stretch, and just a little bit texture variability, since this is going to be an ear warmer that he uses when he's running. The Knitting for All of Heavy Merino is 100% merino. I'm only going to say that once because I talk about Knitting for All of Heavy Merino. I have a lot of it. So 100% merino. It's worsted weight. I absolutely adore it. My boyfriend absolutely adores it. It's probably our favorite yarn. He doesn't knit, but I just knit him a lot of stuff in this yarn. I'll probably start this pretty soon. I don't want to delay this. It's literally a headband. It'll probably take me a day or two tops, and I would love to get it to him so that he could wear it in the cold while he's running outdoors. So that's first thing. Next, okay. More Knitting for All of Heavy Merino. This is in the color Marzipan. I am going to make a field day cardigan with this. This is a pattern by Ozetta. It's a drop shoulder cardigan with a ribbed button band that you work as you go. I already have a field day cardigan by Ozetta that is knit with this exact same yarn. I'm going to make this for a friend who came to visit me one time and wore my cardigan and loved my cardigan and said, if you ever make me anything, I want this. So I'm literally going to make her the exact same thing. I'm going to knit the same size. I do need to gauge swatch before I make this because I feel like my gauge was off when I made my own field day cardigan. I made it like 4 years ago, and I didn't really know what gauge swatching was when I made it. I feel like my gauge was a little bit off, so I'm gonna gauge swatch for this. Don't know what needle size I'm going to use, but yes, going to make this for a friend. Would love. I'm not even gonna put a time. I'm not even gonna put a time limit on this. I don't know when I'm gonna see her next, but I would love to have this done so I can give it to her the next time I see her, which will be sometime in spring, summer-ish. So would love to have this done for her. Separately, my field day cardigan that I own is one of my most worn knits. It's like a staple. I love that cardigan. I love that cardigan so much. I do feel like my cardigan for me is a bit oversized. I honestly have no idea what size I made for myself. I went through a phase of knitting where I made everything a size too big for myself because I was afraid it would be too small. So I want to say I made the size large for myself, and I feel like it's a bit too big on me. I still love it. I still wear it all the time. But I'm thinking I'll make her the size medium. And I think that'll fit her a little better because that would fit me a little better. And we can wear each other's clothes. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do. Don't know when that's going to happen. Even though Christmas is over, I'm still doing a lot of gift knits. I love knitting for other people. I simply love knitting for other people, and I'm slowly working my way through my college girlfriends who are my best friends in the world, and slowly making them all really nice pieces of knitwear that I feel fit them and fit into their wardrobe. So I'm slowly working my way through my college friends. What's next? Oh, this is something I lied at the beginning. It's not all from Stash. I want to make myself a Berlin scarf. This is a pattern by Suzanne Muller, aka Paula Streaked. I have made 2 of them that I just gave away for Christmas gifts to my boyfriend's 2 youngest sisters. They each got a Berlin scarf. Great pattern, just pretty simple to knit, nothing too crazy. I don't have the yarn with me. I ordered Drops brushed alpaca in the color gray or medium gray. I ordered it. I really wanted to have the yarn, and I really wanted to make it for when I would be in Paris so that I could have a scarf to wear. It didn't arrive in time, and it was supposed to arrive a week and a half before I left because there's no tracking on the shipping. So I don't know where the yarn is. Moral of the story, I don't know where the yarn is. I would love to have a Berlin scarf, but just depending on when the yarn gets here. So if I get the yarn, I'll use the Drops brushed alpaca. If that yarn doesn't come, maybe it was a sign that I just need to hold off on the Berlin scarf. wait until next year. The ones I knit for Christmas gifts, I used Drops Melody, and I liked that. I thought if I was gonna like make it for myself, would be a great yarn to use. But I wanted to try a different yarn just for the sake of trying the brushed alpaca. And then I could sort of compare them. Even though I don't have the other Berlin scarves with me anymore, I could compare them and see which one I liked better because they're such cute scarves. I'm obsessed with them. Okay, next. I'm going to talk about these. I'm going to talk about them together because I'm going to talk about them together. Okay, more knitting for all of Heavy Merino. This is Blue Whale and this is Dusty Artichoke. I bought these. I bought them with the intention of making 2 Eva cardigans by Petite Knit. Gorgeous, gorgeous cardigan, right? One of the patterns that when she released it and I saw it, I was like, I want that. I need it. It's just drop shoulder. Is it drop shoulder? I said that so confidently. Yeah, it's drop shoulder, but it's got that delicious 2x2 rib. The button band you work afterwards. I assume I don't actually own the pattern yet. I bought these to make an Eva cardigan for one of my other college friends and to make myself an Eva cardigan and Dusty Artichoke. That being said, Kadri, I love Kadri. She has released, or no, it's not released yet. It should be coming out in the next couple of weeks, I think. She's making a Harlow cardigan, okay? If you have watched probably any of my other videos, I think I bring it up in literally every single video that I've posted. The Harlow sweater V-neck by Kadri is probably my favorite thing that I've ever made for myself. And sadly, I put it in the washing machine and it felted and then I threw it away. So I don't have it anymore. However, the Harlow sweater V-neck, I absolutely adore. So I saw her post the testing call for the Harlow cardigan. And I was like, ooh, that looks really nice too. I was tempted to sign up for the test knit, but the test knit was due like this week, the first week of January. And I just didn't want to rush myself with more deadlines. Plus, I believe the pattern, as it's written, calls for a strand of maybe like light fingering yarn and then mohair, or basically it's 2 yarns and one of them is mohair. And I don't want to hold these with mohair. I just want it to be just regular Heavy Merino cardigans. So I'm going to wait until the pattern is released and look through the tester photos, look through the tester yarns, and see if anybody made it with just a worsted yarn held single and what it looks like. Because it looks really, really good as it's written. I think it's a looser, not like a looser gauge, but yeah, it's a looser gauge. It looks very like airy and light. And I don't think that can't really be achieved with this yarn. It could. That's not the look that I'm going for with these cardigans. So I'm going to see when the pattern is officially released, what it looks like, and then make a decision if I'm going to make an Eva cardigan or a Harlow cardigan. Because this is for a friend, I don't know. I don't want to mess around, basically. If I don't see any definitive proof that the Harlow cardigan would look good with just a single strand of worsted, then I'm not going to try that out with my friend's cardigan. I'm going to use this to make an Eva cardigan. Then, based on how I feel about the Eva cardigan, I will either choose to make myself one or make a Harlow cardigan. That is if I don't see any proof of the tester photos that it can be done with this type of yarn. That's my plan. So yeah, lots of cardigans, lots of cardigans. I'm already thinking about what kind of buttons I want for these. I'm thinking for this one, I want I think like a medium warm toned wood button. I'm thinking like a chestnut color or like just a medium brown color. I don't want it to be dark, super dark, but I don't want it to be super light. And then for this one, I think I want some really light wooden buttons. My friend that I'm making this for, she has this. I hope she's not watching. Maybe she's watching, maybe not. Whatever. She has this one cardigan that she wears that she's literally worn since college. And she wears it all the time. So I want to make her another cardigan that she can wear all the time. And I think this will go really well with like her coloring, her features, and a lot of the things that she owns. Plus, I love this color, this like heathered, it's like a very blue jean. I love. And then I, like a lot of people, have been a little bit obsessed with dusty artichoke since I first saw it. I've been really wanting a dusty artichoke garment for a while. And I wear my field day cardigan all the time. All last spring and summer, I would put my field day cardigan on over like a dress or like a t-shirt and skirt. And I was like, I really feel like a green dusty artichoke cardigan would add, I would get so much wear out of it. I would wear it with so many outfits. It would complement well. It could be a statement. So I'm so excited to have this. Moving on, what are we gonna talk about next? Okay, we can go with this. Okay, as you all know, I struggle to make socks. And I have tried several times to make a pair of socks that fit well with no success. So I have this yarn, this Felicini fingering weight from Knit Picks. This was gifted to me by my friend. She bought a whole like 8-pack of this yarn and she was like, I don't need all 8 of them. And then she was like, do you want one? I was like, sure. And she was like, what color do you want? And I was like, no, you pick. And she picked this color for me. And it's the perfect color. It's called Wagon Sofa, I think. Wagon Sofa. I'm obsessed. It's gorgeous. Like pinks and purples and browns and orange, like some of my favorite colors. It's self-striping. It's perfect for socks. What is it? It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Okay. So I'm going to make the simplest pair of socks in the world with these. Simplest pair, okay? I bought this book, Custom Socks Knit to Fit Your Feet by Kate Atherley. I've been reading through it and learning all about like how you make socks that actually fit you. So I feel ready. I'm going to make, this book comes with like 2 patterns for toe up and cuff down socks. So I'm going to make the cuff down socks from this book. And I think I'm going to vlog it. I'm going to vlog my sock journey, and I'm going to take this so seriously. I want so badly to make a pair of socks that fit well. Every time I see a picture on Instagram and somebody has their cute little hand knit socks peeking out of their like Ugg boots or with their like Boston Birkenstocks, I'm like, that could be me. That should be me. It will be me with these socks. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. 2025 is the year of the sock. I'm gonna make some freaking socks this year that fit my feet so well. I'm gonna finish them, block them, try them on, and burst into tears. And if I have any reaction less than that, failure. Sorry. Now that I had my tantrum, moving on. This is probably the project I'm most excited about. It's not probably. It is. It is the project that I'm most excited about in 2025. This is my Surella yarn in Classic DK. What is it? 100% superwash merino from the Eras Tour Part 2 collection. And this is the color Champagne Problems. Gorgeous. I'm going to make a Sadie sweater with this, a pattern by Ozetta. Gorgeous drop shoulder, rolled hems, rolled neck. Gorgeous. I feel like something in my own wardrobe that is lacking is staple sweaters. Sweaters that I can just pull on over jeans, leggings, casual sweaters. I'm really lacking those in my wardrobe. I have so many gorgeous sweaters, but they're like statement pieces. They're like bulky. I have a plaid one, or I don't love the feel of them. So I'm really looking for like a casual sweater, and I think the Sadie sweater is perfect. When Ozetta released that pattern, it was one of those that I saw, and I was like, I need that. I need that now. So I think this will be the perfect yarn for it. I've already caked up the other 5 skeins of this. I have 5 of these. No, I have 6 of these, but 5 of them have been caked up already. I'm going to cast this on pretty soon. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to cast this on pretty soon because I'm so excited to have this sweater and start wearing it. So this will be, I feel like I'm going to fly through this sweater because I am so excited to have the finished object already. I'm going to be very finished object oriented with this. So I'm so excited for this. Oh, just another quick little break. This is, if you watched my podcast that I released last week, I think, this is my Knitting for All of Heavy Merino in the color Dark Moose. I bought 3 extra skeins of this to finish the Dad Sweater by Emily Curtis, and then I didn't end up needing any of the extra yarn. So I have about 3.5 skeins of this left over, but they're in different dye lots. So I'm considering making with this like a cowl or a dicky for myself. The 2 that I'm looking at, for context, I already have 2 terrazzo necks, and I don't really feel like I need a third. Would love to wear a third, but I feel like there are other like necks, other cowl dickies, whatever you call them, out there that I would be interested to try. 2 that I'm looking at the Moby, what is it called? I think it's called the Moby neck by Petite Knit. Yeah, the Moby neck by Petite Knit. I've really been wanting to make the Moby sweater for a while, just haven't really found time. I don't know. It's been in my favorites for so long. I've wanted to make it for so long, just like have never gotten around to making it for whatever reason. So I thought I could use this to make a cowl with it. The other cowl option, and I will say I'm leaning more towards the other cowl. It is called a Neck Warmer 35 by, what's it by? Thea Vesterby. It's this gorgeous, like, cabled pattern that's really interesting looking. And oh my God, I literally can't remember who was talking about it, but there was somebody that was talking about it in a podcast on YouTube. And it was one of those things that I saw, and it was gorgeous. The cables are just, I'm looking at it on my iPad right now. The cables are so interesting looking. It seems really fun to knit. It seems fun to wear. So I think that would be just a fun accessory. My 2 terrazzo necks are in storage and I don't have them. I'm going to be in upstate New York in February, which is going to be very, very cold and snowy. And so I would love to have some sort of neck warmer when I'm up there. Yeah, I don't think it'll take too long to make. Just kind of goes with my like puffer jacket. It's a nice brown color, so I thought this would look nice with my puffer. And the fact that it's 2 different dye lots doesn't bother me. This knit is gonna be more for like a purpose than for fashion, if that makes sense. Like, I want something to keep my neck warm and look kind of cute. This is never going to be like a fashion statement, if that makes sense. So I don't care about the dye lots being different. I don't care about the little line between switching yarns. I will not be alternating skeins. Like, it's not a very serious knit. So I'm really leaning towards neck warmer 35, but if that's not the vibe, then the Moby neck is my backup for this. So also, I think I have enough yarn. I'm pretty sure I checked and I would have enough yarn, but I know my terrazzo necks used like 3 skeins of Knitting for All of Heavy Merino. So, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same for the other ones, but never assume. Okay, there's not that much left. This, surprise, it's more Knitting for All of Heavy Merino. This is the color Bark. I don't know how many of these I bought. I bought these for my boyfriend with the intention of making him a field day jacket by Ozetta. I have a field day jacket, my red field day jacket. I wear it all the time. That I initially knit it for him, but it was a size too big for him, and he didn't like the oversized look, which is fair because I measured him and then sized up. It was in my, we already talked about this, my phase when I made everything too big. That cardigan was part of it. So he loves it, just wants it a size smaller. So I bought this to make him another one. The thing is, though, is I knit the dad sweater for my boyfriend's dad for Christmas. My boyfriend really, really liked it. And so I was telling him, I was like, well, I have this yarn. It was great for that sweater. If you want a dad sweater instead of the field day jacket, I can just use this yarn and make the dad sweater. So he's weighing his options. He's going to get back to me when he decides. So this is either going to become a field day jacket or a dad's sweater. Unclear about which one it's going to be. I'd be more than happy to knit either of them. I think this would make a really great sweater or a cardigan. The buttons for this cardigan, can you imagine like some little wooden buttons, some like light wash wooden buttons with this? Oh, gorgeous. So we'll see what he decides to do. Oh my gosh, I can't remember if I said it, but the field day jacket is by Ozetta and the dad sweater is by Emily Curtis. I feel like I'm slowly losing it as this goes on. And last but certainly not least, the project that I'm second most excited about. It's a close second. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this combo. This, upside down, this is Filcolana Arwetta in the color 827, which I believe is called Dijon Heather. Dijon something. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. This like really rich, warm, golden brown. I wouldn't even call it yellow. It's like a light brown. I'm obsessed. And then this is Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair in Caramel. The soft silk mohair is 70% mohair, 30% silk. And the Filcolana Arwetta is 80% wool, 20% nylon. My plan for this, I'm so freaking excited about this, is to make a twist loop sweater by Other Loops. My initial plan was to use onling yarn because that's what the pattern calls for. It calls for 3 onling yarns held together. It calls for a merino, a mohair, and then a strand of like cotton yarn. The cotton was slowly being phased out of stock. I had all my colors picked out that I wanted and was waiting for the color to come back in stock. And then slowly the color started decreasing and it started being marked more and more on sale. And now it's just gone. Long story short, the onling yarns didn't work out. So I have soft silk mohair and Filcolana Arwetta. This will be, I think this will be the first Filcolana Arwetta garment that I'm making for myself. I've made mini and Oslo hat with them for other people. I made that bolero. I've used this a lot. I love working with this, but I'm really excited to have a sweater with this because this is so soft. This color is to die for. I absolutely love it. And I think held together, it's going to be a really nice combo. I made the twist loop top over the summer, which I absolutely love. I love that top. I loved making it. So I'm really excited to have a sweater for it. Even though I'm like so excited about this, I fear that I may not get around to this winter leading into spring for two reasons. The first reason is that these colors to me scream fall. This is like a very October, November looking color palette to me. For whatever reason, I wear so many warm tones in the fall, and then the second that Thanksgiving is over, I feel like I switch over to cool tones. And I stay in cool tones until April 1st. April 1st hits and we're back to warm tones. I don't know what to say about that. That's just sort of how I feel. So my fear is that I won't want to reach for this and make this until next fall. but I would love to have it. Like, I would for sure wear it in the spring. I would wear this all the time because it's so gorgeous. So that's my fear. I fear if I don't get to any of these, if any of these get put on hold until after summer, I fear it's going to be this one, which is so sad because I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about the colors, the pattern, everything. So yeah. In addition to all of these, I have some like, you know, hats to make. I have stashed yarn to go through, like other stashed yarn. Scraps. I may make some more mittens, hats, other accessories that I just don't have plans for yet that I may just pick up and decide to make. So that sort of concludes. I have all my yarns just sitting over here in a little pile. That concludes my plans for the next couple of months. I feel kind of bad. It's honestly not that much is new, not that much has changed, but it was just sort of nice to organize and look exactly at what I would love to get done in the next couple of months. Again, I feel like I've bitten off more than I could chew implies that I've like committed to things, because I haven't committed to anything. I could just decide not to make any of these and it would be fine. I do feel like it's maybe a little bit ambitious. We'll see though. You know, I cranked out a lot this fall that I'm really proud of, this whole year that I'm really proud of. So we'll see what spring holds. I only have a couple of months, which is crazy to say. I only have a couple of months until I start residency. And then I'm going to be like very busy and working a lot. So got to take advantage of all my free time until I start residency and really get some good knitting done. So, yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've made any of these patterns before or if these are also in your queue. Hope you're enjoying the start of the new year and that you also don't have that many deadlines for knitting. And thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.